I'm John Ferris with Dead, Buried, and Back magazine here at the Women in Horror Film Festival with Cristin and Brandon. Guys, pleasure to see you again. Our paths cross quite often, yes, and I enjoy it. For our audience, tell them a little bit about yourselves.
Well, we are here showing Cherry Bomb was our 48-hour film festival from last year that we won. We got the Audience Choice Award in Best Practical Effects, so it's a finalist here and showing in the Southeastern Block tomorrow.
Tomorrow, absolutely, which is exciting.
Yes, and so Scott Little did the rain machine, so we had it rain for our film, and Wes Campbell wrote it, and Matt Green was the director for Iron Shadow, Omega, and so I had produced two of them last year for Iron Shadow Alpha and Omega, and did the casting, and so then we did Cherry Bomb. It was good.
Which was a big hit. Cristin, for our audience and stuff, and those who may not be familiar with you, obviously this is not your first rodeo. You have been involved with films for a long time, and you've taken on many roles: producer, writer.
Oh no, I don't write.
Oh, you do not
Those
write.
are special people. Yeah, so I got into this 5 years ago. I saw Walking Dead on season 1 and 2 on Netflix, and I saw, this is filmed here, so I'm going to find out how to do this and do background. So I got in and started doing background full time, and ended up on the cover of Walking Dead, the 2017 Walker calendar. Yes, so, and that picture made it into 3 calendars, but so. You know, in that whole time doing background, I have met a lot of talented people, and I've met Brandon, and you know, and they all had projects going on, and so I had worked on some friends' stuff, and they were guerrilla shooting, you know, in Atlanta, and were getting kicked off. So I said, you know, my brother has some property. Come take a look at this. And he had an abandoned school, which I had for a year and a half. Over 27 independent films come through there, and so we just got so involved in the independent community, and you know, and I believe in scratching backs, and I don't mind wearing my nails down doing it, you know, so because it all comes back, and so with those great projects, they have all, things happen, and but for the most part, the people, you know, there's been so many things that have developed, and it's hard for filmmakers that they just, you know, to get the films done, you know, but when they get done and they get out there, then the people that have done them, they move on and move up, and that's kind of where, you know, I got into the driving, and met Precision Drivers Unlimited, and you know, they have just been awesome to me, and Grady Bishop with Extreme Stunt Driving Team, you know, he's now in town from Florida and has moved his outfit here, so nice. You know, he films, you know, a lot of, you know, great things, and so, you know, we all, you know, we learn new people, and you know, and I got an opportunity to work with y'all as the UPM for a horror show, you know, and we had so much fun doing that. It was like a whole remake of the crew from Cherry Bomb. And you know,
amped up a little bit, yes.
Yeah, you know, and we had a budget, you know, and
real budget.
Yes, and you know, and an ambulance too, you know, and fun, you know,
police cars and
yes, we got a lot of people involved in the action precinct, you know. They came, David Godfrey, and gave us a really good deal on cars, and so, you know, we grow, and you know, and Brandon does all the tactical and stunt.
Well, exactly. Now Brandon does tactical and
yes.
stunt, and you do stunt driving, which a lot of women get into different aspects of film, not particularly into stunt driving. So that's kind of, I guess, still a smaller.
I mean, for females it is, but you know, it's a proven fact, you know, that females are better drivers than men anyway, and so, you know, it's just a man's world, the film industry.
We are filming this, you realize.
yes, it's the film industry, and it's been a man's world, but we are here at Women in Horror, And
Yes,
we are empowering females. And
Yes.
there are so many hard workers. And I seek out people who bust their ass, you know, as much as possible, because that brings everybody together and it creates something. And when you put your heart and soul into stuff, and so many people do, and they need to be highlighted and given a platform to do what they want to do. And there's so many people that want to be involved, that want to give their talents, give their locations, give their resources, and just putting those people together that are here and that they're just ready to get into place. That's what I do.
Now, since you both have been in this industry a while, what advice would you give to male or female beginners? There is so much talent here, you're right, at the film festival. There's a lot of sharing going on, and it's really neat, a lot of networking. From your point of view, you have been down in the ditches doing this for a while now, not just stunts, but UPM on feature films and everything. What would you say to people that are trying to find their niche, they're trying to find their way? How would you tell them, you know, to find their strengths and weaknesses, or should they just try a lot of different things, or what would be your advice?
I've talked a lot. You want to get
Well,
that one?
you have to be able to understand how to accept rejection.
Okay.
You have to be able to understand that what your talents are may not be what you are working in initially in this industry. You may have to do something else.
Okay.
You may have to be somebody that goes and gets coffees for people so that you can eventually be a second AD. You have to be that person that goes and does background work as an extra and gets paid $50 and then becomes a stunt person. So you have to put in a lot of scratch grunt work in order to get where you want to be in this industry. It's an important thing.
A lot of free time.
There's a lot of, especially for, you know, we can attest to the fact that we put in so many hours for free for the love of the industry because we see potential. We see it as an outlet to develop a craft that allows you to have the freedom that you're not afforded on a big budget set. You're sort of constricted. Stunt people have to stay in their little stunt clique over on the side.
Oh, really?
You know, everybody else, all the extras stay over in their little tent over the side. Everybody's in their little, on independent films, we get the most resourcefulness, or the resourcefulness develops. And you become a jack of all trades. You
Wearing
learn how to
multiple
do
hats.
everything. And you also develop a sensibility of sort of community in the industry, and you learn people that you want to attach yourself to, make magic with, and nurture each other. And that's really just how I've found this Atlanta film industry to be. The independent film industry is huge, and it's a vibrant, thriving industry that helps people learn better than any school or, you know, anything else that I can think of out there that is available for people in this area. You know, outside of LA or New York, we don't have all these crazy well-known film schools. So trial by fire and being an extra on set is the best way for people to learn.
Well, and there are extremely great film courses and schools and classes, and you know, and they've been here forever. You know, SCAD is not too far away, and they're in Atlanta too. But you know, I mean, there's and several other schools that are around, and Pinewood's got GFA going, you know, their connections, and there's so much. You know, Clayton State has an excellent program. You know, do those courses because, you know, there's a lot of technical stuff, editing, and, you know, a lot of stuff, PA stuff. You've got to know what goes down on those radios. You've got to know what to expect from production, and, you know,
and things do go wrong.
Everything, yeah, oh yes, and everything changes. And you know, and the biggest, funniest thing to me is that, you know, people say, oh, this set is run terribly, it's chaos, It's every film set. Everything changes. I don't care what the budget is. I've done background on so many major budgets, and you see all the things that go on through there. So, and for people to go do background, if you're trying to get into film, go do background, see what goes on, but once you've done that, and you decide what you want to do, go make a film, shoot it on your phone. Everybody tells you that, shoot it on your phone. One of the girls that, the teens that won an Audience Choice Award for the 48 this year, it was shot on their iPhone, and get the practice and do it, because you learn so much from screw-ups, or mistakes. The lighting shouldn't have been like that, we've got blue light, the camera, they got to do something else, but you don't see that until you see it, and you got to do that and have trial by error, and perfection. That's how you sculpt yourself. So it's
Patience is a big virtue in this
Yeah,
industry.
and don't
as you
expect
mentioned,
to walk
Brandon,
in.
rejection, you're going to have to accept rejection. It just takes time to do it. Now, at this film festival, this has been really, really big on networking. There's a huge positive energy here. A lot of people making connections, but you have very young filmmakers. You have people that are just still in school, as you mentioned, Cristin, that are trying to find their way and stuff. And so I guess that's really, really good advice for them, is that from you guys, from you seeing it all angles, you've been through there, put thousands of hours in for free, sacrifice time, energy, effort for the projects, but at the end of the day, it's what you believe in.
and Georgia Southern's got an awesome film program too.
There you go. So there's lots of resources here in Atlanta.
Yes, and all around, there's plenty, and then there's always people on Facebook who's wanting to film something in their backyard or somewhere, so do it.
Could you guys possibly tell our listeners and readers, aside from the schools, are there what social media groups should they be following?
Oh, of course, anything on Facebook that has, film and
Atlanta Film Community.
Atlanta Film Community? Okay.
Definitely. There's tons of groups. You just look it up and join
Okay.
it. Ask to join.
You can really search for that, and then it'll give you a bunch of other ones that are all associated with it. But Atlanta Film Community, and then a bunch of the other ones that are supportive of that will also pop up. So anybody interested through Facebook search can hit all of those, and people are posting all the time. Speaking Roles Only is a group. It's a public group you can access. Stuff like that.
Dojo's got a group.
Film Bar Mondays.
Film Bar Mondays,
oh my
okay.
Gosh, yes, and that's an event.
Huge
to go
networking.
To.
Is it?
On
Okay.
Mondays all the filmmakers go and they're looking for talent to mingle with and get connected. Oh gosh, get connected. That's every last Thursday of the month, and they screen films there.
And this is for anybody. Just to be clear, this is for anybody that has interest in film, screenwriting, any aspect of the industry. They're invited. They don't have to feel like they're an outsider because they haven't made a film yet, or they're still thinking about it.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Cause
The guy that's an
Rosalind
accountant
and
that thinks he
John
might want to
and
make a
Jennifer-
movie can go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is, it's anybody walks in and, you just network. And it's not really the time to be passing out your headshots and stuff. You can exchange information, but it's not a casting call. So
Now, speaking of which, not to cut you guys short, here at the Women in Horror Film Festival, who all have you guys had the chance to talk to that inspired you? Or the people that you have enjoyed, or shall I say, who are you looking forward to talking to?
well, I got a big Sandra from Cristin. Sonia.
Sonia? Sonia Thompson?
Yes. And so,
I don't know how that's happened because
Well, and we were
This
just
industry,
because, we've been on set together, but we just had not met because, it's just, you just are not always, in a position where you can go and, see everybody all the time. And, and at that time she was doing something, I think, special or something. We have yet to figure out which set we were on together, but yeah, it was,
I'm looking forward to Cherry Bomb tomorrow, guys. I really am. I have seen the film. I enjoy it. Congratulations again to you and Matt and everybody involved, Cristin, with Cherry Bomb. So that's neat. So we will speak some more during the festival. But thank you for your time with Dead Buried and Back magazine today, guys.
yeah,
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.